have one more, JP. Just have two.
Good evening and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Selectmen. We'll have call to order. We'll have our Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody could stand. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. We have no appointments tonight. We do have action items, but at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Sheedy to reorganize the board.
I'll make a motion to vote for Bill Dowling as chair, Carol Julie as vice chairman, Dave Sheedy as clerk, beginning tonight through next April's election.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
With that, we'll...
There you go, Mr. Chairman.
All right, I can feel the power flowing through the gavel now.
The king is dead, long live the king.
All right, and with that, we'll go right into open forum. Seeing that no one's here for open forum tonight, we'll close open forum. We have no appointments, and we just have several action items to go over.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the request from April McGilvery for the use of town common in Town Hall parking lot on September 7th, 2019, from 7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the purpose of a 5K road race benefiting the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Time of the event will be from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the request by the IT Director, Ryan McGonigal, to surplus equipment no longer used within the town of East Bridgewater and not currently usable in our current infrastructure. All devices listed will be wiped and data destroyed before surplus.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the renewal of the seasonal wine and malt license for New England Kart Raceway, New England Kart Raceway F1 Outdoor Kart Racing Complex.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the renewal of the following April licenses, second-hand article licenses. Susan N. Hartman, doing business as Hartman Antiques. Lorraine Parker, doing business as Mrs. Swift's and More Antiques and Collectibles. Benjamin Ellis, doing business as Land of Electronics. Wayne Chippini, doing business as CNC Antiques. That's a new bid.
No.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the junk dealer's license to sell gold and silver and so on. Benjamin Ellis, doing business as Land of Electronics. Michael H. Jewelers. Wayne Chippini, doing business as CNC Antiques.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the common victualler license for the period ending December 31st, 2019, license number 49, for Country Cafe and Pizza.
Second.
And just for discussion, Mr. Chairman, this is a concession that's inside Country Convenience, and they do have their own business inside that, and I guess we have overlooked this in the past, to issue them their own license.
All right. We're all caught up with them now?
Yes.
All set?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the request of the fire chief to increase ambulance billing from Medicare plus 250% to Medicare plus 300%, and an increase in the mileage fee for transport of patients to hospitals effective June 1st, 2019.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the resignation of Jennifer Kitchenham of the Finance Committee effective March 29th, 2019, with regrets.
Second, with regrets.
I just want to thank Jen for serving, and we really appreciate her efforts. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the minutes of the March 25th, 2019, 6:30 PM Board of Selectmen's meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the realignment of the intersection at Plymouth Street, Route 106, and Washington Street.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Hooray.
Yep.
Again, this is the intersection, we've had all kinds of problems over the last however many years. And DPW has been working with engineers, and they're ready to go forward with, to commence working.
And the police and fire did give the presentation on this a few months ago.
Right.
So, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the request from the East Bridgewater Arts Council to hang a banner at the town common from April 12, 2019 to April 30th, 2019 for the All Schools District Art Show.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I just have a question, because I see that they requested this, which I think is great, but like right now, there's a banner up there for commercial club football, and I don't, did we approve that? I feel like we did,
I'm not sure if we did the commercial
don't
club
remember it.
football.
I don't either, so I just would like to remind people, through you, Mr. Chairman, to please request this so that we have some control over how much is up there and how often and
Right.
how long and all of that.
All right, I'll
Thank
get a
you.
hold of someone at the football.
Thanks.
All
I think
right.
it's over next week. I think
Mhm.
the signups are until Monday.
All right,
but-
yeah, I'll remind them. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the request from Charles Fortier to cut a 60-foot by 60-foot grass area at the center at Sachem Rock for fly casting classes held every Wednesday in April 2019 from 7 to 9. This is a group that's met at the center for the last few years, and what they're doing right now is they're going outside to practice fly casting, but the grass that they use is so high that the hooks keep on getting caught, and so they're losing all kinds of time. So they will go ahead and just, cut the grass themselves, and they only have 3 more weeks of outside, so.
All right,
Second.
all right, all in
Oh, they're
favor?
catching his ticks, I imagine.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anything for announcements?
I have 2 announcements. The Center at Sachem Rock, 355 Plymouth Street, is having a community disposal event for East Bridgewater residents only on Saturday, April 27th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event will provide shredding of your outdated paperwork, safely dispose of unused and unwanted prescription medications and needles, and safely dispose oil-based paints and large batteries. Batteries for like cars and lawnmowers, etc. And then the planning board has 2 associate member positions available. Any resident interested should submit a letter of interest to the planning board.
All right, thank you. All right, anything for board discussion? All right,
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to go into executive session to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel, interim town administrator, to conduct contract negotiations with non-union personnel, to wit, interim town administrator, vote to adjourn executive session and return to open meeting.
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
I have set up the selectmen's office to conduct a
All right, good evening, and thank you for returning to our meeting. We've just left executive session, where we have been discussing the position of town administrator with Rocco Longo, interim town administrator. And if you want to do a motion, or if you want to talk a little
Marco, if you could just give us a little
about your
history,
background.
your
yeah.
background.
Sure. Is it okay to sit here? or-
That's-
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. You can see on my resume, I've just, actually, 1 year ago, retired as a full-time professional administrator. I worked 42 years. Started a long time ago in West Virginia, and worked my way up here to New England. Most recently, the last 10 years in Marshall, Mass., where the position was a weaker town administrator, and I worked in Duxbury, where I was a stronger town administrator, and there's a lot to be said with that relative to the profession. Since I retired, I did an interim job up in Shirley, Massachusetts. It's very analogous, or it's kind of deja vu in a sense that it's timing is the same with you guys, where the town meeting is coming up, so I have an idea what's going on here, but I did that in Shirley, and I'm teaching at Suffolk a little bit, so, but most of my career was, I've had some progressive growth, because when I started my job out of graduate school, I was working as a housing director, and I worked my way to be a city manager first in Wellsburg, West Virginia in 1983. The town had a $1 million budget, about 300,000 in the hole. That was a little bit of a challenge, and 3,000 people. So that's where I got started, and I was very lucky. So I've been in the business a long time. I really like what I do. I love what I do. In fact, it's hard to retire, although my wife wants me to be more retired than I am, but I really like what I do, and I would really like to help this board if you want me to be with you. And so I love this business, and I can respond to questions if you have any. But
Dave,
Nope, I think we're good.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, I mean, we met for over an hour today. Carol and Dave both spoke with you. We've just come out of executive session, and I think your resume speaks for itself, your association memberships. I'm certainly confident in your ability to help us out over the next few months, and in the meantime, we'll continue to work on the process for a permanent town administrator. And I think we all look forward to working with you.
And I'm sorry I didn't cover some of that, but I am a member of the International City Management Association. I'm a member of the Mass Municipal Association, still even as retired. I do have a master's in public administration from West Virginia University, so that's very important, and I'm sorry I didn't mention that as well.
No, that's all right. All right, and that I'll take a motion. Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we enter into an employment agreement between the town of East Bridgewater and Rocco J. Longo, interim town administrator, effective on the 9th day of April 2019, and possibly ending October 9th, 2019, unless prior to that, we enter into an agreement with a permanent town administrator.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
What I'd like to say is Rocco will be joining us effective on Thursday. We will set up a meet and greet at that time to be announced. And after that, our intention is to schedule meetings with all department heads, the finance committee, the capital committee, over the course of the end of this week and the beginning of next week. So everyone will have a chance to talk to Rocco and, see what their concerns are, which are many. But we have all the confidence in the world that Mr. Longo is going to be able to anticipate town meeting and bring us through it with no problem.
That's the goal.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we could just get everyone to sign one.
Yeah, they'll sign first.
I gotta remember not to sign on the third line anymore.
Very close to the one that I have.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you,
Thank
Jamie,
you.
for all your work on this.
Thank
This
you very much.
went very quickly. I mean, it was a lot in a short period of time, and we really appreciate your efforts
Oh,
on this.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to help the board, and it's my pleasure to help you all. I'm honored to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, have a great
Thank
week,
you.
folks.
Forward to working with you.